One day, a student came to see me in my office. He was clearly troubled. He asked me in a hurry, Dr. K, please help me. I'm tired of making mistakes. I'm tired of failing. Please show me something like a secret tactic. Just please help me. You've got it all wrong, son. Sit down and let me teach you. The first step to dealing with your mistakes and failures as well as optimizing them for your growth is letting go of your ego, destroying your ego. Because you probably forgot that on self-improvement, the thing that you're focusing on is yourself. The main benefit is your self-growth. If you're going looks maxing to pull more girls, that's another story. But when you go to the gym, it's not about how people look at you after you've just benched 150 kilograms for 12 reps. It's about the muscles that you gain this time. Now, you might not have understood what I just said. Basically, for example, if you were to do push-ups in public until you reach physical failure, you'd probably be scared of how they'd react, how they'd see you after you fail, right? You'd be kind of scared to fail at a low level of push-ups because you're still an egotistical pussy that cares too much about what people think about you. But maybe if you stop caring about how they think about you after you fail at 25 fucking push-ups, you just get back up and you do some more, and then that means you'd grow exponentially. You'd grow much more. Now, the second part of dealing with your mistakes and your failures is how you react to them. I see way too many people going around beating themselves up for too long. They're wasting precious time to better themselves, and they'll probably regret that they didn't use their time to compensate for their mistakes. Now, it's even worse if you're one of those fuckers that goes around almost beating themselves up for everyone to pity on you. You're not only wasting your time, but you're making a fool out of yourself. Nobody will respect you after this. And I know this because I was one of those people. I'm not saying you should ignore your mistakes. You should absolutely be mad at yourself. Go in front of a mirror, stare yourself down, and be really honest. Be raw with yourself. If you know you've been a fucking wimp, tell yourself that. You are a fucking wimp, Felix. You've been slacking off. You've been picking up the slack. Now get back to work. And then you should figure out a way to avoid that mistake in the future. And once you've done those two things, you've acknowledged that you're weak and you have work to do, and you figured a way to compensate for that mistake, you shouldn't even feel bad about yourself anymore. Because now you've supposedly done everything you could in your power to avoid that specific mistake in your future. But if you're still mad with yourself, that either means you haven't been honest enough with yourself, or you haven't thought hard enough of a solution that could reliably help you avoid the mistake in your future. When you're done with that, you should write it down on a post-it. You should write your weakness and what the solution that you came up with is. We're gonna save them for later. Do it now. Don't find excuses. Don't be a pussy. Don't say, oh, I'm gonna do it later. My butt feels numb. No. Go pick up a pencil. Write that down. And don't be a pussy. Now, before we get on to the third piece of advice, I'd like you to like, subscribe, and hit the bell if what I've said so far has helped you. Now, the third and final piece of advice I'd like to give you for this video is the accountability mirror. Now, remember that post-it I told you to write earlier? We're gonna go and stick it up on a mirror. Now, each morning, you'll go in front of that mirror, and if you've been slacking on any of those habits, be honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself. For example, I wrote that I needed to be more present, and to do that, I needed to meditate at least 15 minutes each day, which I have not done. And on top of that, I have not worked hard every day. I beat myself up to get pity from other people, and I've been really immature. And I've been really feminine too. So what I'd say to myself is, you're just a fucking woman now. You're a little girl, pussy. Pussy Felix. You ain't even close to what you were before. You don't have a sense of self-respect. You don't respect your own goals. When are you gonna grow up and actually start working? Are you fucking stupid right now? Because you don't know how fucked you are right now. You have to get back up, get a grip of yourself, and start working hard again. Now, this is a bit extreme for an end of the video, I know. But don't just lay the bricks, build a damn cathedral. Mwah.